Hey there, working stiffs. You know that feeling, right? The one where your boss does something totally unfair and you just have to take it? Well, guess what? You might not have to. Shocker, right? A recent study found that a whopping 60% of employees don't fully understand their basic rights in the workplace. That's like ordering a beer and not knowing it comes with a free pretzel. Unacceptable. We're here to tell you that you have power, even if it feels like your boss holds all the cards. You deserve respect, fair treatment, and a paycheck that reflects your hard work. This ain't the dark ages, folks. We have laws for this stuff. Let's be real, some bosses are just bad apples. They create a toxic work environment that can make you dread going to work every day. They think they can get away with anything because they're the big cheese, the head honcho, you get it. They act like they're untouchable, and that can make you feel powerless. They might try to force you to work crazy overtime without paying you extra. Imagine working late into the night, only to realize your efforts are not being compensated fairly. Maybe they're passing you over for promotions because of your race, gender, or that time you accidentally called them mom at the office holiday party. Hey, it happens. These actions are not just unfair, they're discriminatory. These aren't just bad days at the office, these are violations of your fundamental rights. You have the right to a fair and respectful workplace. And the worst part, many employees don't even realize they're being mistreated. They think it's just part of the job, but it's not. They suffer in silence, thinking they have no recourse. They feel isolated and helpless, unsure of where to turn for help. But that's where we come in, armed with knowledge and ready to fight back against these tyrannical bosses. We empower employees to stand up for their rights and create a better workplace for everyone. So how do you know if your boss is actually crossing the line or just being their usual, mildly irritating self? It can be tricky to differentiate between a boss who's just a bit annoying and one who's genuinely problematic. Look out for these red flags. They can help you identify when your boss is stepping over the line. Are you being paid less than your coworkers for doing the same job? Pay disparities can be a major indicator of unfair treatment. Have you been unfairly passed over for a promotion or a raise? This can be especially telling if it happens repeatedly. Are you being pressured to work off the clock or skip breaks? This is not only unfair but also illegal in many places. Are you facing harassment or discrimination based on your identity? This includes any form of mistreatment due to race, gender, age, or other personal characteristics. If any of these sound familiar, your spidey senses should be tingling. It's a sign that something is seriously wrong. It's time to do some research and figure out what your rights are. Knowledge is power, and understanding your rights can help you take the next steps. Remember, just because your boss says something is allowed, doesn't make it true. Always verify the information. They're not above the law, no matter how many world's best boss mugs they have on their desk. Stand up for yourself and seek help if needed. Let's talk about Sarah, a young woman who found herself in a difficult situation at work. Sarah worked at a fancy restaurant where the manager forced all the servers to pool their tips, which is a big no-no. This practice was not only unfair but also illegal. The manager would then skim off the top before dividing the rest amongst the staff, pocketing a significant portion for himself. Sarah knew this was wrong, so she secretly documented everything. She was determined to gather enough evidence to expose the manager's unethical behavior. She kept meticulous track of hours worked, tips earned, and the manager's shady dealings. Her notebook became a detailed record of the ongoing injustice. Armed with this evidence, Sarah contacted the Department of Labor. She knew that taking this step was crucial to stopping the manager's exploitation. The result? The manager was forced to pay back all the stolen wages, and Sarah and her coworkers finally saw justice served. It was a moment of triumph for everyone involved. This is just one example of how knowing your rights and taking action can make a real difference. Sarah's courage and determination brought about positive change. Remember, you're not alone in this fight. Standing together with your coworkers can amplify your voice and lead to meaningful outcomes. There are resources available to help you understand your rights and seek justice if you need it. Don't hesitate to reach out and get the support you deserve.